Welcome. It's been a while, although I have managed to find time to finish this little mobile game that was supposed to be a week-long project. I've probably spent a month on it in total hours over the past few months. I just didn't have the time to power through it. A lot's been going on. I have relocated and I'm set back up again. This has been published now. It's on the Play Store. I do intend to publish it for iOS. I'm also going to publish Galactic Maverick for iOS at the same time. I've updated that as well. That'll be in a separate video. But for now, I'm going to go over this little game I've made. I'm just going to give you a little demo of it and then I'll explain the design of it. Right. Here we go. Play. Ooh, what happened there? I clicked myself. That's right. You are able to kill yourself in it, see? Now, you can play this game casually, or you can keep clicking like a mad person and it will speed up as you chain up kills. See it start to speed up, and the more I chain, the faster it will go. Now if I just stop clicking, it will reset back to default speed and I can keep going. You'll see the score in the top right there. Every second that passes adds to the score, and then your chains. And you saw there I just saved some kittens, right? These little space kitties are in cages here. And it's an infinite scroller, the objective being just to be top of the global leaderboard. I've already set up the scoreboard so that it can be cross-platform. You can be at the top of the board and be competing with people on iOS or Android. I do want to make a web version of it just for people to play on the PC. See how far we can get here. It's a lot easier with the mouse. I'll have to optimize it for the PC. Ooh, it's still challenging. Because every now and then the character will strafe left or right. And if you're not careful, they can strafe right into debris that you haven't tapped. It becomes harder and harder to reset the speed once you're going fast, because if I just stop clicking, boom, crashes into debris. There isn't enough time there for it to slow down. Yeah. And there's the credits. That's the whole game, that's it. Just a nice, simple, casual. Something to pass the time while you're commuting to work or waiting in a doctor's waiting room or whatever it is. Whenever it is, you pick up the mobile to have a little play. So the design of the game was pretty easy, pretty simple stuff. I just wanted the main mechanic to be tapping. I didn't want the player to be overwhelmed. I didn't want them to have to do anything too complicated. So the character is constantly moving forward, as you can see. As you can see, the character is constantly moving forward, and I'm loading debris just above here. And we've got a tile system for the background, so that when it strafes left or right, you want to be looking on the left side here. When it strafes left or right, it never goes out of the boundaries of the background. The background overlaps, and there's always space out there. And we just deinstantiate tiles as they get to the bottom there and then reinstantiate new ones above. The tiles themselves is just a space background, and we have decor. See that? That's the decor. So if we select, there we go, we set ones in the middle of the screen so you can see it better. Those are just pieces off a sprite sheet, and we just randomly spawn them in. And these are the tiles here. I think there's 3, 6, 9, 12 tiles at any given time. They overlap as well slightly. Now, in order to continue the engagement, to keep the player interested and provide feedback, so it's a casual game with no real objective really, other than a high score and surviving for as long as possible. So I built a very small story to give it a purpose, which is that you're in space trying to save the space kittens, and you have to save as many as you can for as long as you can survive. However, you'll notice there is no counter as to how many kittens you've saved. It's not on the scoreboard. The score is just a score and the time survived. But I implemented those things as a way to keep you playing, to enjoy it. So at first, all I had was the chain counter here, and I animated that. So it has a little slight pop when it comes up, see? Slight pop on the text. And then we have that boost there. That boost has a sound effect. It doesn't boost actually every single time the speed speeds up, because the speed is constantly increasing while you're doing chains. Otherwise it'd constantly be popping up. So I think it's like every 3 boosts it says boost. It's a bit hacky, but it works as feedback only, and it works to keep you engaged. It has a sound effect. What am I doing? Sound effect attached to it. There. And we just have to tap. I found that having a destruction sound was too much. The tap is nice and satisfying. And when you get the kittens, you get that nice power up sound. Nearly. So yeah, you're not overwhelmed with the sound. You get the boost every now and then, because if you're not saving kitties, you still get that little. It's just enough. I think it took me a while to get it right. I played around with a lot of different sound effects options. At first I started off, I had a sound effect for the tap, the explosion that the tap causes, the destruction of the debris. Also, when you see the character emote, the character will put their arms up. We're going boosting now, and then it says boost. I didn't put sound effects for them in the character emoting either, because then when you bring the sound in, it's just right. And then the death sound, and the menu music creeps back in. Back to chilling out. Nice and easy. And I chose this nice relaxing music, jazzy music. So you can just go whatever pace you want. See? You can just relax. So you could technically rack up a massive score and survive for ages just like this. And every time it gets a little bit too fast for you, you can just let go. It can reset. Yeah, that's it. So that's it. I kept it just two soundtracks. What's that? So I think it's like 3 sound effects, 4 sound effects, and the rest is pixel art. It's actual pixel art. It's pixel perfect pixel art. It's a pixel perfect camera. Yep, there, pixel perfect camera. 48 pixels per unit. Nice and easy stuff. There's the player, and I'll show you. So player sprite sheet. Yeah. So these are the sprite sheets here. That's the decor sprite sheet for the background. Different pieces of decor. The buttons. I've got a few different sprites for the character. I think this is actually the game icon. Yeah, this is the death sprite sheet. That's the whole player sprite sheet. I made this in AE Sprite. Is it AE Sprite? Yeah. No, this is the debris and the exploded debris. So there's the destroyed debris sprites as well. Each one of those is a separate object here. If I go to if I go to here, is it? I think. Go to open sprite editor. Yes. So each one of these is its own sprite. And I just spawn them together and explode them with a force, and they go pop like confetti. Oh yeah, this was my original sprite for the tap, but I changed it to this here. And I also had lots of explosions as well when you killed debris. Before these were these were the destruction sprites, but I swapped them for. I don't think it blows up anymore. So yeah. Again, here's the thruster sprites for the thruster animation of the jetpack. The saving kitties. 1 heart, 2 heart, 3 love hearts. As you see, the love hearts are animated when you save them. I think that's pretty much it for the graphics. So here is my pixel art rendition. So content face, and then we have default face. Yeah, and then when he's got another victory body with victory arm there. I don't know what happened there. Why is that body not working with that? Sorry. Yeah, there. And then we've got the comet here. Kitten cages. Pretty simple stuff. I did try and do some like CGI stuff, but I didn't like it because it's pixel art. So why would you then have CGI stuff? It looks cool, but it doesn't really fit with the aesthetic of the game. These are more. And bear in mind, I generated these from the pixel art. So I made my character, and then I used my character as a reference to generate these. My character and the kitten boxes. I put them into Google Image Effects, the Image Labs thing, and just generated stuff to see what I could come out with. Pretty cool stuff. Not bad, but as it is with AI, it's always lacking somewhere. It's never quite right. So you have to do some editing. I think I even made video. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all. Look at that. Doesn't make any sense. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. So yeah, same with the buttons. I did the buttons and I just told it, I fed in one button and told it to generate other buttons. So that is kind of cool. Yeah. Anywho, that's what I used image effects for. A little bit of help, and then just rebuilt whatever I had to. So yeah, as for the code, it wasn't super complicated code. So as far as the code's concerned, nothing majorly complicated. I'm using the Google Play and Unity game services to auth on Google Play and on Apple. It's all the Apple stuff is built in there. It just hasn't been published on Apple yet. But you log in. You can log in. You can either just use it anonymously, or you can sign in with your Google whatever, man. You can sign in with your Google Player, and then your scoreboard will have your player name from Google Play on there. So yeah, not overly complicated stuff. I've got this threat predictor here, which determines whether you might notice when I play. So you see the player has this detection thing around it. Now I can adjust that here somewhere. Threat predictor here, yeah, the hazard mask. So see that? And then I set it to be much further away or closer. And all that does is activate the different animations, whether he puts his arms up to like say, oh, there's a threat, or, you know, I'm about to crash. Originally, I had it so that it would, if it was about to hit something, he would slow down and reset the speed to give you a chance. But it kind of killed the vibe of the game to just constantly be slowing down by itself. And there isn't that much space on the screen anyway to detect threat. I mean, you're moving quite quick. It would just constantly stop. You wouldn't build up speed, so it kind of killed the challenge of it. So yeah, I just used it as an animation trigger, really. Yeah. Also, I've made this game totally for it's not got ads in it or any in-game purchases. It's just you pay for the game. I believe I've got it at the moment as, I think it was £1.99 or £2.99, one-time fee. You get the whole game, no nonsense, no ads, none of that crap. Because I tried the ad thing with Galactic Maverick, my first game, and when I open it and see ads in it, it just kills me. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. So I've actually updated Galactic Maverick to Galactic Maverick Premium and made it just a paid app. With no ads or in-app purchases or anything, and if you buy it, you get a starting amount of credits to spend on upgrades and stuff for your ship. You know, so I'm not going to go through all the code here. It's a fair bit of code, but it's nothing extraordinary. Simple audio manager, fading music in and out, whatever, usual stuff. Jetpack controller. Again, we're only moving up the screen, and we're strafing left and right. We've got a booster timer, you know, that coincides with the where is it, the combo system here, where you're chaining up combos, and that creates a boost. I had a lives controller, abandoned having lives. I can toggle the lives back on in the inspector, but I gave that up, having a certain amount of lives to restart. Keep it nice and simple. So I actually built I actually started off building a much more complicated game than it was. You know, I had all the different sound effects. I had the special ability to create a bubble around you and shoot forward, and the bubble kills loads of debris and you rack up higher scores. I had lives. Um, we could get us maybe say 5 lives, or you could increase your amount of lives, and it retains your score, and then you blah 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 blah. I did have a kitten rescued counter. I had so many more things at first. So it was actually a bigger game at first, and I whittled it down to something more simple. And this is something that I find when you're designing games or having game ideas. You think of all these great ideas, like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. I could do that. And you have to be realistic and be like, well, what is the experience I'm really trying to deliver? How do I really want the player to feel? Is this too much? Is it overwhelming? Is it necessary? Does it even make sense? Is it really that type of game? Is it going from a casual now to like an arcade action? They're two very different things. Very, very different things. Simple tap input system. You tap, displays the sprite. Boom. I've got here a little mechanism to stop anyone cheating using auto tappers. So there's a very, very small uh, delay between when you can and can't tap after it. Making multiple taps in succession. Yeah, succession. Yeah, this is the ragdoll controller for the body parts when the player explodes, so that they bounce around and float around like, hit other debris bits or whatever. Give you a little bit of not well realism. How much realism can you do in a pixel art game? But you know, quite a lot of scripts for the UI, because we've got a lot of effects. Like just little jiggles and things. You know, scroll in the credits, the results submitter. Leaderboards, obviously, we've got the leaderboards tallying, counters to tally up all your scores and stuff like that. Got to animate all of those via script. So, yeah. UI pop scale, just these little pops and things. You think they look really simple, they all need to be coded. Yeah. And the game over leaderboard. It's quite a bit of code, that one. 315 lines of code. Oh yeah, here's the background decor spawner here. Not the best script I've ever written, but yeah, debugging it to figure out why sometimes, like, two pieces shouldn't ever, they should, well, as you always say this, they shouldn't spawn next to each other. And I look at my script and they shouldn't be able to spawn next to each other, but they do. I sample the spaces, I sample the positions before spawning it. I haven't figured out why, and to be honest, it doesn't happen often enough to be a problem. And when it does, just it's kind of quirky, doesn't really break the game or ruin the immersion. Background space tiler, same thing. The debris speed director. So this controls all the speed of all the debris on the board at any given time. So that's how I slow it all down at once. And then there's an individual speed controller for the debris. Debris controller itself. So I've got one controller for the speed of all the debris, and then I've got the controller for the actual debris itself. I have a way, because I didn't use any real physics in the game. I've tried to simulate a sort of spacey environment where the debris rotates. See, some of it rotates one way or the other, and when it knocks into each other, it bounces off, but not too harsh. They sort of clump together. Now I know in space, obviously, they would explode and smash and go right through each other. But this isn't a physics-based game. This is all animated by code. It's not got any physics actually happening. So I had to code the movement, the slight wobble, changes in rotation, the little knocks, see, so it doesn't go too mad. That took me a while to figure out, actually. At first they were bouncing off and going all over the place, or going in the same directions if they bounced off, and then they were like just hitting and getting stuck together. See how they just move just a little bit? It's not quite a physics simulation, is it? So that's all just hard coded. It's not, I haven't left anything to the physics engine at all. And the spawn controller, all real simple stuff, man. It's nothing overwhelming. It just took me a little while to finish it and polish it, but I'm happy with it. And yeah, it's out now on the Play Store. The link is in the description. Head over to the Play Store, check it out. I'll let you know when it comes out for the iPhone. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. And until next time, happy gaming.